Coming to paperback and Kindle Unlimited, Isis, All That Glitters. The goddess next door takes on a bikini-clad bank robber in this action-packed, all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, All That Glitters in paperback and Kindle Unlimited this March. I gotta come. Your messy Jesse Williams hot mess gets even messier because now messy Jesse Williams' ex-wife, Oren Drake Lee, is now asking for close to $1 million in spousal support and child support to be paid by your messy Jesse Williams in back spousal support and back child support. Now, your messy Jesse Williams wouldn't have had to pay anything to his so-called black queen if he had stayed committed to his black queen, but your messy Jesse Williams wasn't going to stay committed to the black queen because this elitist Negro thought that he could run a game on the black community with that BET Minstrel Award that he had won. Now, your messy Jesse Williams got this award at the BET Awards for his so-called humanitarian work for everything that he did in the black community, but he was only doing those so-called humanitarian works in the black community in the hopes of exploiting the black community and using the black community as a springboard towards elevating himself to be involved with those white elites. Now, your messy Jesse Williams, he came on the scene a couple of years ago on that BET award show. After he got that BET Minstrel Award, he said all the right things to those Negro masses, and he had them mesmerized, especially the black women, with his crystal blue eyes and his creamy white skin, and he was talking about how black women were magic, and sadly, because he was so caught up in his own rhetoric, he couldn't see how his magic for his black women was going to turn tragic for him as it led to him winding up in the messy Jesse Williams hot mess. Now, this hot mess started right after your messy Jesse got his award, and he got full of himself because he thought that because he got this BET Minstrel Award, the Hollywood elite were going to try to start making efforts to push him, because usually once one of these Afro-American Negroes gets one of these awards, usually that's when the big companies at the studios start trying to push him. Unfortunately, your messy Jesse jumped the gun because he had thought he had finally arrived, and he thought he was on his way to becoming the next Denzel Washington. And he was imagining himself being on all the covers of all the magazines like your Denzel Washington, and he thought he would do better than your Denzel Washington because he knew that he had all these black women mesmerized by his crystal blue eyes and his creamy white skin, and he thought that those black women were going to eat out of the palm of his hand and go see all of his movies where he would be shirtless and make $20 million at the box office, and then he would make $20 million per picture. But he was putting the cart before the horse because you remember Jesse Williams, while he was married to his black wife, he was imagining himself being with a white woman. So he decided that since he had arrived, he no longer needed the black wife who he was going out here and having the relationship with to look like he was so concerned with the black community. So he files for divorce from his black wife, who he's had 2 children with, and now decides he's going to go out here and get with your Minka Kelly. Now that he got his Minka Kelly, his white woman, he decided that he was going to just sit there and, everything would be okay. Unfortunately, what has happened to your messy Jesse is that he wound up creating a hot mess for himself because after Minka Kelly got involved with Minka Kelly quickly got rid of your messy Jesse because that's what white women do once they've had this black man and had a little taste of his resources. They get what they want and go on their way and leave your black man behind. But your messy Jesse didn't understand what he was actually leaving behind in filing for divorce from this Aaron Drake Lee, because when he filed for divorce from his black wife, Aaron Drake Lee, what happened was that's when the divorce court decided to take him to the cleaners. And your Messy Jesse wound up having to pay $50,000 in, I think, child support and a little bit, $100,000 in spousal support for the two children. So your Messy Jesse wound up getting taken to the cleaners, and his wallet wound up getting 10 pounds lighter. And that's how your Messy Jesse wound up in a hot mess. And this is why the mess just keeps getting bigger, hotter, and nastier, because your Messy Jesse has gone to court several times to try to get this child support order reduced, but the judge just isn't hearing this. And your Aaron Drake Lee is trying to get this close to $1 million in spousal support and child support from your Messy Jesse. And again, this is all Messy Jesse's fault, because your Messy Jesse just had to have him some white woman. And because he wanted him a white woman so bad, he wound up getting himself into a hot mess, which he will be stuck in for the next 18 years. And again, all his fault, because he didn't understand that if he wanted to arrive, he needed to have an economic plan for his future. I mean, this guy blew his economic situation and messed it up because he thought, oh, I'm going to go use this black woman to springboard myself and get with white people, only to have everything fall right apart in front of him. And that's how the Messy Jesse hot mess turns into an even, again, hotter mess. And all you have to do is look at this Messy Jesse and shake your head at him, because it's Messy Jesse who made this hot mess. And this hot mess gets nastier with each passing day that it goes on. So when I look at this Messy Jesse, all I have to do is just shake my head at this man, because he thought that he could run this game, and now it looks like the game is over for him.